Hello children, Sai Ram. Welcome back to Social Studies class. This is part 3 on chapter 15, Natural Disasters. Children, in our last class, we discussed about precautions to be taken during or after the earthquake. Okay, so let's have a quick recap. Run out of the building. The safest place is outside. Always use stairs instead of lift or an elevator. Take shelter under a table. Now children, tell me, why do we take a shelter under a table or a bed during an earthquake? Yes, tell me. Very good. So you can see in this image, whenever such situation arrives and you are not able to move outside, then take a shelter under a table or a bed, like this shown in the image. Now what happens? So this would ensure that if something breaks or falls down, it would not directly fall on you. It would fall on the surface of the table and you will be able to save yourself. Clear, children? Do not enter any building even after the earthquake stops. Also, smaller shocks called aftershocks shake the ground repeatedly, even several days and months after the earthquake. Okay, so that's it with the topic earthquake. Now let us switch to the next topic, that is floods. What are floods and how does it occur? Let's see. Floods. Floods occur due to heavy rainfalls. Sometimes when it rains heavily, rivers fill up with water and start rising above. The water then overflows into nearby land, causing floods. In most parts of our country, India, we get very heavy rainfall during the monsoon season, and the occurrence of floods is very common. Water gets collected in houses, as we can see here in the images. Water enters inside the houses. Shops, we can just imagine what kind of damage it can create. And even fields, water enters into the fields and destroys the crops. Therefore, floods destroy life and even property. They also affect the electricity, the transport and communication. There is also shortage of drinking water. That means the floods also affect water supply. And due to this, many people fall sick because everywhere there is unhygienic. If you can see in this image, all kinds of water gets mixed in the drinking water. That is sewage water, sea water, river water. Every possible water mixed with the dirt and rubble or the waste that is present in our environment gets washed on. So these may lead to outbreak of diseases like cholera, diarrhea, jaundice, typhoid, malaria, etc. Okay. Non-availability of clean drinking water may cause the spread of epidemics like jaundice, diarrhea, malaria, cholera, typhoid, etc. Even many people as well as animals die due to hunger and diseases. But children, floods have some advantages. Now tell me children, what kind of advantage do we have when there are floods? Yes, looking at the image, we can understand that floods also have some advantages. Flood water brings with it new soil from the hills. Okay, it spreads out over the land when there are floods and makes the land more fertile. Okay, it makes the land more fertile. In India, states like Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Bihar, West Bengal are frequently affected by floods. Okay, which are the states that frequently affected by flood? Yes, it's Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, then Assam and West Bengal. Okay. Whereas floods in the northern plains are also caused by the melting of snow in the mountains during the summer season. Okay, during the summer season in the northern plains there are floods due to melting of the snow. Now children, let us see what precautions do we have to take before the floods and during the floods. First of all, watch out for warnings of flood in the television, in the newspapers, radio, etc. In case of a flood, prepare to move out of your house to a safer place on higher ground. And if you feel that there is going to be a flood, then move to the safer place. Okay? But the thing is, you can move along with your belongings, but crops cannot be moved. So, crops ultimately gets destroyed. That is damage. Okay. Next thing, build up your store of food, water and all the essential medicines. Next precaution that we need to take before floods is high embankments. As we can see here in the image, high embankments, it is a kind of a thick wall of earth that is built to prevent water from the river or sea from flooding area. Okay, that is high embankments are constructed along the rivers in populated areas to prevent flood waters from entering the land. Clear, children? Next precaution that we need to take before floods, that is afforestation. Afforestation is the process of planting trees or sowing seeds. As we know that trees slow down the speed of water currents. Therefore, afforestation is very important for flood to control. Dams are built on rivers to check the flow of water, and it also prevents flood. Okay, dams are built on rivers to check the flow of water, and it also prevents flood. Okay, children, so that's it with our today's class. Until then, do take care of yourself and goodbye.